Welcome to Imran Chess Lessons. This game showcases a combination of strategic planning and precise calculation of Mikhail Tal, leading to a beautiful finish. The game begins with the Sicilian defense, a popular choice for Black, aiming for an unbalanced and dynamic position. Black develops a knight to attack the e4 pawn, aiming to put pressure on White's center. White opens up the center, inviting Black to trade pawns. Black supports the center with a pawn move, preparing to develop the light-squared bishop. Black strengthens the center and prepares to develop the dark-squared bishop. White develops the bishop to a natural square, controlling the d4 square and preparing to castle queenside. White pushes the f-pawn, aiming for a strong center and potential kingside attack. Black continues development. White brings the queen out early, preparing to support the kingside attack. Black castles, securing the king's safety. White castles queenside, signaling an aggressive intent. Black moves the queen to c7, targeting the e4 pawn and preparing for counterplay on the queenside. White's knight move puts pressure on the d6 pawn, forcing Black's queen to move again to defend. White begins the pawn storm on the kingside, aiming to open lines against the Black king. Black pushes a 6, intending to drive the knight away and gain space on the queenside. White retreats the knight, luring Black into a knight exchange that will strengthen White's control over the center. Black challenges White's pawn structure on the queenside, aiming for counterplay. White pushes g5, attacking the knight and advancing the kingside attack. Black retreats the knight to a defensive position. White develops the last minor piece to a central location, while Black counters by pushing b4, trying to undermine White's center. This is a critical and brilliant move by White, sacrificing the knight for positional control. The knight on d5 can't be ignored as it dominates the center, and if captured, White gains control of key squares and opens the e-file. Black accepts the knight's sacrifice, opening the e-file but weakening the d5 and e6 squares. White recaptures, now controlling the key squares e5 and e6. The e-file becomes a crucial avenue for White's rooks. White immediately places a rook on the open e-file, planning to dominate it. Mikhail Tal's legacy is not just in his world championship title, but in the way he played the game with creativity, courage, and a relentless desire to outwit his opponents. Black tries to defend by doubling rooks. White continues the kingside attack with h4. While Black develops the bishop, aiming to increase the pressure on White's center. White exchanges the powerful dark-squared bishop for the knight, weakening Black's control over key squares. Black recaptures with the rook, trying to stay active. White's rook captures on e7, sacrificing material to open lines and expose the Black king. Black's knight moves to e5, aiming to block the e-file and counterattack. White places the queen on e4, further controlling the e-file and eyeing the kingside. Mikhail Tal, the magician of chess, bold, brilliant, and unstoppable Mikhail Tal. Black's queen retreats to f8 to defend the position. White's pawn push puts additional pressure on Black's defenses. Black responds by counterattacking the queen. White moves the queen to a safe square while maintaining pressure. Black's rook continues its aggressive stance. White challenges the queen trade. Black accepts, aiming to reduce the attacking potential, but this exchange still leaves White with an advantage. White recaptures. And Black gains a pawn, but at the cost of an exposed king and weaker pawn structure. White centralizes the remaining rook on the open e-file, continuing to dominate. Black tries to counter by placing a rook on the d-file. White eliminates Black's central pawn, simplifying the position. Black tries to maintain some activity with the queen. A simple but effective tactic by White. If Black captures on d5, White wins material with rook to e8 check. Black avoids the trap, but the position is now very difficult. White centralizes the queen, while Black tries a last-ditch attempt to create counterplay by advancing the b-pawn. White captures the pawn, and Black checks the king, hoping for counterplay. White calmly moves the king, and Black continues with checks, but White's king is safe. White blocks the check with a pawn move, preparing to push the c-pawn later. Black retreats the queen, trying to hold on. White brings the bishop into the game, and Black captures it, but this leads to a decisive loss of material. White checks the king, forcing Black to block with the rook. White continues the attack with a check, forcing Black's king to move to an exposed square. The final move of the game. White's queen threatens a decisive checkmate, and Black is unable to stop it. Black resigns, as there is no way to avoid losing more material or getting mated. This game is a brilliant example of a positional sacrifice with the knight move to d5, followed by precise tactical play. White's control of the e-file and the coordination between rooks and queen were key factors in the victory. The final queen maneuvering and pawn advances were beautifully executed, leaving Black with no defense. Mikhail Tal's brilliance lies in his ability to see beauty in chaos with every move. Mikhail Tal redefined the art of attack, showcasing the power of intuition and risk-taking in the world of chess. Thank you for watching Imran Chess Lessons. Your good suggestions are requested.